Hi everyone, my name is Hayley Hartwell of Hartwell Healing and Camber Essence. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to best prepare for a breathwork session, whether that's going to be in person or online. The practice that I'm facilitating is called conscious connected breathing. And when you ask me, what does that mean? Or how do you breathe like that? That's simply following the traditional practice of how we should be naturally breathing, but we don't actually do that for various reasons. Either we've learned wrong, or we have bad habits, or we've experienced trauma that has obviously affected our nervous system, or simply because of stress. There's many ways and reasons of why we've come to a place, but this is a practice to obviously bring us back to our authentic, true, normal self. If you actually witness watching animals and how they breathe, they don't have any pauses. So with conscious connected breathing, within this dedicated practice, we want to teach you how to breathe in and out with no pauses. And again, it's like the ocean. You imagine whoosh. And how you do that practice is you're going to maintain a soft jaw. And you can wiggle it, you can obviously rub out the tension, because tension seems to be really retained in the jaw area. And you're going to open your mouth like this, or as far as possible and as comfortable as possible, because we don't want you to have tension in session. And then you're just going to be breathing through the mouth. Right? And obviously, in order to participate in a session like this, you need to not be contraindicated. So contraindications can be starting with, for example, lung or any respiratory conditions such as asthma or COPD, high blood pressure or low blood pressure with a history or subjectivity to fainting, right? Can be a history of strokes, history of seizures, delicate pregnancy, uncontrolled PTSD, or any recent major surgery. And the reason with that is obviously because there will be a very big change in the carbon dioxide and oxygen levels within the body. And we don't want to re-traumatize the body. The whole practice is basically to bring very delicate practice of bringing the nervous system into balance, trying to reintegrate the part of ourselves that we've obviously disassociated from, and calming the body, saying everything's okay, reaching in, very profound work, right? And simply with the practice of breath. So if you find that you are someone with these symptoms or conditions, doesn't mean you're completely forbidden to actually do this treatment. We can actually alternate or modify the treatment into doing a nose breathing. So just a gentle practice of right. So this practice can be done laying down or sitting up, and this is very subject to your preference of how you like to meditate, how you like to do your practice. I personally encourage that you do this laying down, and in that you need to make sure that you have a correct pillar that is not obstructing your airways, so that when you breathe you can really breathe fully and profoundly. It's always good to have a blanket nearby, because again, the change in the nervous system can actually maybe make you feel a little bit cold, and you want to ensure that you're absolutely comfortable in session. I also encourage to have an eye mask available handy, because that also just helps you really go within, that you can focus on the anchor of your breath during session, because things may come up. I encourage to have some water nearby you for after treatment, as well as maybe a journal and a pen that you may jot down experiences, sensations, emotions, or really anything that may come up in session, because it's your practice. It's really good to be documenting what you're going through, so you can really track your journey. So I think that will be in terms of the formalities, what you need to bring to session. If you are participating in an online group session or even in-person group session, we need to understand that this is a safe container for people to express themselves. So as a facilitator, I need to be watching you. So you need to make sure your camera is online 24/7 during the session. And then when you're laying down, I would like it if you can try put the camera being able to focus on where you'll be laying down. So I can obviously watch and facilitate and make sure that you're maximizing your session. In that space, I also encourage people to use headphones, and that's because often in the country, you know, people are sharing spaces, and to respect the confidentiality in processes of yourself and other participants, we'd obviously like that not to be shared outside of the space or the container that we're in. So I think that's enough information for today. And if you have any questions, of course, you know, you can inquire with me, send me a message or a WhatsApp or an email for your session. It's always good if you can be helpful and subscribe to my channel, because I do release a lot of videos and a lot of information and a lot of teachings that I think may be beneficial. So I look very forward to seeing you for an online breath session.